Super.
It's kind of a mess, which is unfortunate, man. I don't think Fujimoto and his team are going to be able to salvage this. I genuinely think it might be over. No amount of returning characters or break weeks are going to be able to save part 2.
In here, you think it's over.
In my head,
What does this say?
it would never be over.
And guess what, man? Chainsaw Man Part 2? Good! We switching up. I don't give a fuck about anything I said last week. We got Power back. We got Nayuta back. And Asa seems happy. We are back. Let's fucking go! I wouldn't go that far. So, as of recording this, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I finished reading and rereading the final chapter of Chainsaw Man a couple of times now. And look, I actually don't think it's completely terrible. Is part of that just the nostalgia bug in my brain popping for character reappearances from some people that I sorely missed? Yes. Listen, man, I'm a happiness merchant. I'm gonna take my wins where I can get them. And with that being said, I think it's critical and crucial that we don't let this ending distract us from the fact that most of part 2, outside of the first few opening arcs, is kinda ass cheeks. In my last Chainsaw Man video, I spoke about some of my unresolved worries within the story at that point, and by the final chapter, a lot of them remain unresolved. And rightfully so. I mean, no matter how goated you think Fujimoto is with the pen, he was not about to wrap up that many loose ends in one chapter, even if this one had more pages than the usual Chainsaw Man Part 2 rollout. After making that other video, I, despite my better judgment, decided to reread parts of Chainsaw Man Part 2 so that I could pretend to engage in intellectual conversation with some of the people in the comments of that video. But all my reread really did was reinforce the weaknesses of Part 2 and its pacing, some of its character work, and its narrative structure. But these are already things that you watching this video have probably heard at least 1,000 times by now, if not from me, then from some other person on YouTube trying to use the Chainsaw Man manga ending as a chance to scrape in some views. Much like I'm doing. Future Super Kicks, get to editing. I want this joint out by noon today on Tuesday. I know you got me, big bro. And besides, why would I want to talk about the blunders and potholes present within the series when, at least as of now, it's finally over? I don't know about you guys, but that feels like such a weight to be lifted off of my chest. No longer do I have to wake up every other Tuesday knowing that Fujimoto is going to be sending the backshot devil to violate me. On Viz, as of right now, it's not end of part 2 school arc or whatever the fuck people were predicting it to be. It is just the end. And again, is this ending kinda Mickey Mouse? Yeah, I get the sense that Fujimoto knew that some lives were in his hands here, so to speak, and so he pumped out a quick little here damn happy ending. And hey man, what can you do about it now? It's already done. If it made you happy, good for you. If it made you sad or angry, your feelings are very much so justified. I talked about it in my last video on the Chainsaw Man manga, but from a writing perspective, Fujimoto's penmanship for a while now, I feel has been missing something, whether that be due to his own creativity being stunted on a personal level, or due to the corporate manga overlords breathing down his neck 24/7. I said last week that Fujimoto needed a reset, and some speculated that reset was in the literal resetting of the plot for Chainsaw Man, Pochita eating himself to create a world without Chainsaw Man, which is low-key kind of bullshit. That is not how Bros powers have worked at all throughout this series. What are we? But in the end, I think that reset comes from just ending Chainsaw Man altogether. It was evident like halfway through this part that a lot of the set pieces that Fujimoto was trying to build were so completely devoid of any connection to one another. Zooming out to get a real big picture of part 2 in its entirety, it felt like shit was just happening for the sake of happening with no clear endgame for any of these characters. And if someone were to ask me if I personally thought that Chainsaw Man Part 2 was worthwhile, at this point in time, my answer would be probably not particularly. But hey man, it gave us some really cool characters in Asa and Yoru and Nayuta. By this final chapter, it gives us back power. It gives us this Disney princess-ass ending for Asa, at least until Fujimoto goes on some interview and unpromptedly says that Asa probably dies to like the fucking cockroach devil or some shit. But until then, it appears that our characters end this story in a place that's not completely miserable. And in that sense, Thank you, Chainsaw Man. In the case of the fans, y'all can keep yearning and debating y'all's hearts out. The show's over, man. I think it's time that we all head home. And in the case of Tatsuki Fujimoto, rest up, big bro. We have the watch. I'll see you in Valhalla and all that jazz. And I swear to God, if you announce a part 3 after I drop this video, I'm gonna really do something to you.
There's a little more kick to it.